1. Egypt. Egypt is also the first country in the world to recognize Indonesian sovereignty. On August 17, 1945, this country adopts a republican system of government. With an area of around 997,739 square kilometers. Egypt includes the Sinai Peninsula, considered part of Southwest Asia, while most of its territory is located in North Africa. Egypt borders Libya to the west, Sudan to the south, the Gaza Strip and Israel to the northeast. Its borders with water are through the Mediterranean, sea to the north and the Red Sea to the east. The majority of Egypt's population lives on the banks of the Nile River, around 40,000 square kilometers. Most of the land is part of the sparsely inhabited Sahara Desert. The majority of Egypt's population is 90% Muslim, while the rest are Coptic Christians and 10%. Since the time of the Prophet Muhammad, Saul actually had a good relationship with one of the African nobles, namely Governor Muqawqis in Egypt. The good relationship continued when Umar bin Khattab served as caliph. During Umar bin Khattab's time, Egypt was controlled by Muslims with the commander Amr bin Ash, successfully conquering the Tondanisus fortress in ancient Shions. And then the struggle was directed to Alexandria, the largest port city in Egypt. After all of Egypt was controlled by Islam, an agreement was made between Amr bin Ash and Muqawqis that Egypt became an area conquered by Islam. In the next development, Egypt became an Islamic area and many African people embraced Islam. In 1372–1952 AD, Muhammad Najib announced the establishment of the Republic of Egypt, which was previously a monarchy, and he appeared as its first president. Muhammad Najib was successfully removed by Jamal Abdel Nasser, who held power from 1373 to 1391. 1953–1970 AD. In addition, Egypt was also colonized by England since 1299. 1882 AD and gained its independence in 1340. 1922 AD. In 1376. 1956 AD. Egypt faced hostility against three powers, namely England, France, and Israel. Egypt then announced its unity with Syria in 1378 to 1381. 1958–1961 U. At present, the majority of Muslims in this country, with a population of 58,630,000 people. This country is the seventh largest Muslim population in the world. Egypt is a country that has made great contributions to the advancement of Muslims in the fields of science, education and culture. This is marked by the establishment of various universities, the oldest of which is Al-Azhar University in Cairo, founded by Jawhar al-Khatib as-Saqi, on 7 Ramadan 361 the 22nd of June 972. Egypt also has buildings with high artistic value, such as Al-Qaza Al-Garb, West Palace, Al-Qaza Azisaya, East Palace, Al-Azhar University, the walls surrounding the palace, and gates known as Bab al-Nasser, Victory Door, and Bab al-Fatih, Opening Door. In Egypt, there are also magnificent and beautiful mosques. For example, Al-Azhar Mosque, Marquis Mosque, Razida Mosque, Akmar Mosque, Saleh Mosque, and the Grand Mosque in Kairouan, which was rebuilt in 862 AD. 2. Algeria. The People's Democratic Republic of Algeria is a country on the Mediterranean coast of North Africa, with a population of over 37 million and a total area of 2,381,471 square kilometers. Algeria is the 10th largest country in the world and the largest in Africa and in the Mediterranean. It is bordered by Tunisia to the northeast, Libya to the east, Morocco to the west, Western Sahara, Mauritania, and Mali to the southwest, Niger to the southeast, and the Mediterranean Sea to the north. Ever since the barbarians have inhabited this region, a number of civilizations have appeared there. Roman Sandu had taken control of this region in 146 BC. Then it was successively dominated by the Germans and Byzantium. Islam entered Algeria at the same time as Islam entered Tunisia. In the 5th century AH 11 AD, the Arabic-speaking Bani Hillel tribes migrated there. Their original inhabitants were barbarians. In its history, successive Islamic kingdoms have ruled Algeria, starting from the Umayyad dynasty, the Abbasid dynasty, the Khawarij, and the Almoravidan dynasty, as well as the Almoravidan dynasty. After that, Algeria was under the rule of Ottoman Turks since 922, AH 1516 AD, and lasted until 1246, AH 1830 AD, when the French finally succeeded in colonizing this region. Since Algeria was colonized by France around 1255 to 1264 AH, 1839-1847 AD, a resistance movement arose to expel the French colonizers led by a warrior figure, Emir Abdel Qadir. This struggle bore fruit with the achievement of Algerian independence in 1382, AH 1962 AD, after 130 years of French colonization. Since 1980, Algeria has entered a period of Islamic revival, marked by the increasing spirit of religious life, based on the Congress of the Single Party in Algeria, namely the National Liberation Front on January 27 to 31st, 1979. Activities were held, establishing the Imam Training Center in Mefta, north of Alger, building an ultra-modern technical university in Iran, establishing an ultra-modern trade center in Iran, building a trade and cultural center Riyadh Al-Fed, construction of mosques.
Sudan. The Arabs called the area south of the Sahara desert inhabited by the Sud people as Sudan. Before the Arabs arrived in the Sudan we know now, this area consisted of tribes and kingdoms of paganism. Sudan is the largest country in Africa with its capital in Khartoum. The territory of Sudan reaches 2,505,813 square kilometers. Located in northeast Africa south of Egypt, the Muslim population in Sudan is estimated at 90.7% to 97% of the total population. Islam is Sudan's largest religion, and Muslims have dominated national government institutions since independence in 1956. Islamic institutes in Sudan Islamic include University and Amdaman Islamic University, International Academy of Islamic Fiqh. Sudan has many mosques, including several official state mosques. One of the famous mosques in Sudan is the Al Naim Mosque, which is also known as the Mosque Between the Two Niles.